Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this very quick conversation about Michael Todd Hill. Now, I came across this article. I thought it was very, very interesting because it's one of those articles about lottery winners and what happened to them after they won the lottery, which a lot of us are very interested in. So, Michael Todd Hill won the lottery in 2017 in North Carolina. So, he got a scratch off ticket where he ended up winning a whopping $10 million off of a scratch off ticket. He even ended up giving $2,000 to the clerk that sold him the ticket. And at the time that he won, he was either married or engaged. I'm not exactly sure, but I think he was married at the time that he won. And of course, when they asked him, what are you going to do with your winnings? One of the things he said that he was going to do, he was going to invest in his wife's business. I'm not exactly sure what kind of business she had at the time. Well, fast forward to 2020. Your boy Michael Todd Hill is in a hotel room with a young 23-year-old woman by the name of Kiana Graham. Okay, so Miss Graham ends up being reported missing around July 20th of 2020. Since Michael Todd Hill was supposedly the last person to have been with her, the police began to investigate the situation and questioning him as far as what happened. I think in the beginning he was not upfront about exactly what went down between him and Kiana Graham, but through their surveillance cameras of the hotel that they were at, they saw that two people went into the room, but only one person ended up coming out, which was Michael Hill. Kiana was never seen again. So when they did their investigation and they ended up going into the room, they found Miss Graham deceased with a shotgun wound to the back of the head. Michael Todd Hill ended up confessing that he did shoot her, he did kill her, and he said it was because he got upset when he found out that she was texting different men that night when they were in the hotel together. So, the reason why I wanted to talk about this particular article is because it's just crazy how people are so, you can say, blessed or ended up being so lucky by winning $10 million off of a scratch off ticket that couldn't have cost more than $5. You became an instant millionaire overnight. And then for some reason, not only, okay, I feel like he was cheating on his wife, but I couldn't get any information on whether or not he was still married. Now, if he had won $10 million, I'm thinking he was still married. So you end up cheating on your wife, allegedly, supposedly, possibly. I'm not really sure. You cheat on your wife with this young girl, and then you get mad at the girl because she's texting other guys. You are a multimillionaire. A multimillionaire. And then you end up shooting her in the head. So I'm assuming that maybe drugs or alcohol were involved. He couldn't have been in his right mind. But bottom line is, he was convicted. He was given life in prison, I think without parole, for the murder of Miss Kiana Graham. So let's talk a little bit about the winnings. So he won $10 million. He opted for the lump sum. The lump sum after taxes came out to 4.1 million, which when you really think about it, it really wasn't that much. Of course, someone who's nowhere near being a millionaire is going to say 4.1 million. It wasn't that much, but you understand what I'm saying. Going from 10 million to 4.1, Uncle Sam took a huge chunk. If he would have opted for the, I think it was the annuity option, he would have gotten 500,000 per year. I kind of feel like I'd rather would have done the 500,000 a year than the 4 million in a lump sum, because there's still taxes obviously, but maybe the taxes are kind of spread. I don't know how that works out, but I kind of feel like, I could do very, 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 very well for on 500,000 a year. So now money is gone. Oh, and another little tidbit is that when he went to, trial, when he got arrested and charged and all of that, I don't think he went to trial. I think he ended up confessing. He had no lawyer. He couldn't afford a lawyer. He could not afford his own attorney. This man who was holding $10 million in his hand could not even afford his own attorney. So I'm assuming he had gotten a court appointed attorney, but he ended up confessing. I guess the evidence was also probably very overwhelming. And I'm just like, you would think that if I ever won that much money, or if I ever got a hold of that much money, I would be living so like my life would be so right and correct and law abiding, because I'm not going to risk losing, that type of a blessing. But some people, I guess, just don't care. And I really wonder, because he won the money in 2017. He ended up killing this girl in 2020, and he got convicted to life in prison in 2022. So between 2017 and 2020, I wonder if any money was even left with that 4.1 million. Maybe him and his wife ran through it, then the wife left. Maybe this was like his legit girlfriend. I don't know, because I couldn't get enough information on exactly what happened to the wife. Now, when he actually won the lottery, and you go wherever you go to collect your money, and you take a picture with that huge gigantic check, there's a woman standing next to him who I can only assume was his wife, because when I googled Michael Todd Hill's wife, that's the picture that came up. So I'm assuming that was his wife. I have no idea what happened to her. So it's just so crazy how people are given, these breaks in life, and they completely, squander it all. Even if it was 4.1 million, if he was very, financially savvy, he could have definitely had invested his money, saved his money, had his money work for him, instead of just probably blowing it on a whole bunch of nonsense, to the point where when you're charged with murder, you can't even afford your own attorney. How pathetic. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you like this content, subscribe. If you don't like this content, don't worry about it. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video to let me know, yay or nay or whatever. And I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.